And now to the details. Nationwide News understands that the Supreme Court this afternoon ordered the Integrity Commission to produce documented concerns from one of its then senior investigators, which reportedly suggested the Commission had conducted itself inappropriately during its probe of the finances of the Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness. Reports emerged in the public domain earlier this year that the senior investigator Stephanie Fiddler Blake had written an email to the Commission. In the email, she reportedly expressed concern about some actions taken by the Commission during its probe of the Prime Minister's affairs. Fiddler Blake reportedly left the Commission shortly after placing her concerns in writing. It's understood Fiddler Blake came under pressure to withdraw the concerns expressed in the email. Lawyers for the Prime Minister had asked the court to order the Commission to disclose the email written by Fiddler Blake and two other investigators, but the Commission reportedly denied the existence of such an email. Supreme Court Judge Althea Jarrett this afternoon ordered the Commission to disclose the correspondence to lawyers for Dr. Holness if they exist. The court also ruled against the Commission's request to strike out a section of a claim form which registered the Prime Minister's challenge to a report it had tabled in the House of Representatives. Justice Jarrett also denied a request by lawyers for the Prime Minister to strike out a section of the Integrity Commission's affidavit which contained commentary concerning his 2018 statutory declarations, which were eventually approved. The Prime Minister was granted leave to appeal the denial of the request to have the Commission disclose some redacted documents to him. This means that the hearing of the Prime Minister's challenge to the Integrity Commission's report, which was set for October, is likely to be delayed.
Nationwide News understands that information contained in a forensic audit done by a Trinidadian-based firm shows that claims the Prime Minister has 28 bank accounts are false and misleading. The audit was done as part of a process by the Integrity Commission to review the Prime Minister's financial affairs in the long-running saga to certify his statutory declarations. Our sources say several of the bank accounts attached to the Prime Minister are closed, dormant, or either held jointly by him and family members. More in this report from Dana Davey.
Arising from a special report done by the Integrity Commission, a bevy of PNP activists and bloggers on social media have been referring to the Prime Minister as Dr. 28 and Craven A. Others have alleged that the Prime Minister personally controls or is the beneficial owner of 28 accounts. However, information contained in a forensic audit, which the Integrity Commission reportedly paid a Trinidad-based firm $30 million to complete, suggests those claims are misleading. The IC has refused to publish the findings of the audit report, but it has shared the document with attorneys for the litigants in the case brought against it by the Prime Minister, and the IC only released the findings to the connected attorneys following sustained lobbying to the court by those lawyers. The document is protected under privilege. Nationwide News does not have a copy of the document, but we are confident in what has been told to us by our sources. Of the 28 accounts, 4 are owned by the Prime Minister's mother and father. The Prime Minister has told the Integrity Commission his name appeared on those 4 accounts as an emergency contact. One of the 28 accounts is owned by the Prime Minister and his sister. 2 are dormant. One of the accounts is a joint account owned by the Prime Minister and his 2 sons. 2 of the 28 are insurance accounts also connected to Dr. Holness's children, which he reportedly had to declare to the Integrity Commission given that he is listed as their father. 10 of the 28 accounts are listed by the forensic auditors as closed. That group of 10 includes multiple loan accounts. This leaves 8 accounts which are connected to the Prime Minister. 5 of those are saving accounts, including Jamaican and US dollar accounts. The other is a checking account. 3 investment or stock-related accounts are listed as active. We understand the auditing firm was given 3 points to pursue in their terms of reference. One of those terms asked the firm to indicate whether it has found any information suggesting malfeasance in the Prime Minister's financial affairs. It's understood that nothing in the auditor's 45-page report conclusively supports a finding of malfeasance. Dana Davey for Nationwide News.
The Jamaica Urban Transit Company, the JUTC, estimates it saved more than $1 billion in fuel costs in the current financial year. The disclosure was made by the company's managing director, Owen Ellington, on Thursday.
The JUTC has been in the news very frequently in the past for not so good reasons, but in recent times we are pleased to say that the JUTC is actually moving on in a direction of improved performance and aiming for excellence. It is estimated that during the current financial year, ending March 31 next year, the company would have saved some $1.3 billion on its projected fuel bill.
The JUTC has seen further improvements in its fare income and passenger and charter trips. According to the 2024 Economic and Social Survey published by the Planning Institute of Jamaica, the JUTC saw an increase of $100 million in fare income. The bus company's income from passenger trips moved from $13.9 million to $17.3 million last year. Income from the JUTC charter trips also saw an increase, moving to $100.9 million in 2024. Mr. Ellington says the JUTC is also looking at hybrid buses to lower the company's spending bill on fuel.
We have also been testing in the fleet a hybrid bus type. We'll refer to it as an extended range bus. And this is a bus which is battery powered, but is built with an onboard generator. And when the fuel tank that supports that generator is filled, 400 liters, that bus has the potential for traveling up to 1,900 kilometers before it requires refueling. That bus has been tested in the fleet for several months. And in terms of its performance, efficiency, reliability, and economic cost of operation, seems a very useful prospect for fleet expansion into the future.
That's Owen Ellington, the managing director of the JUTC. And that should have been that income from the JUTC charter trips also saw an increase, moving to $1.9 million in 2024.
Meanwhile, Mr. Ellington says the JUTC is not aiming to compete with the services of public passenger vehicle PPV operators.
I want to stress here, because concerns have been raised, that the JUTC, by expanding its services out in rural parishes, is competing unfairly with privately owned public passenger operators. This is not correct. It's not entirely accurate. In fact, what the JUTC is doing, rather than competing in an existing market space, we are expanding market. We are finding new individuals to travel who would not be traveling regularly previously because of the lack of a safe, reliable, comfortable, predictable, and affordable transportation mode.
Mr. Ellington is urging PPV operators to partner with the JUTC in expanding the transport sector to accommodate the commuting public.
I want to make the point that there are well over 35,000 public passenger vehicles licensed to operate in Jamaica. Of that number, the JUTC has just about 250 to 300 buses operating. There is no way that 300 buses, maximum seating capacity of 55, can displace 35,000 operators in the system. So what I urge privately owned PPV operators to do is to observe, look at the opportunities being created, embrace the model being rolled out by JUTC, and see how you can partner with us.
Owen Ellington, Managing Director of the JUTC.
Jamaica's global athletic fame is at risk of being exploited